Not everybody who's here is a board member.
8 people are here, yeah.
Yeah.
8 people are here. Oh, thank you. Oh, I like your new screen lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's 11.
So we don't have four.
Cheaters online.
And tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, we don't have a limit on.
Maybe 10 in here.
Oh.
Okay, let's do this again.
Oh, and then you just.
1, 2, 3,
So
4, 5, 6, 7. Josh's hand.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10.
And then we have 2 on here, so 12.
Okay, so Josh is on, is parking at the, Josh is parking. Okay, so, hi, everyone online. We're gonna start, we don't have quorum yet, and we're set up for Christmas holiday party, so. Oh, this is. Okay. That's not, no, I mean, there's nothing, you can't do something on my computer.
You could mute whoever it was, you can't have 2 people. Here's the phone.
Hello. So I should mute all.
Yeah.
Does that mute me too?
No.
Okay. So anyway, we are. You think, I'm sorry, Ed, you think, no, we have quorum. Okay, now we have quorum, hi, Corinne. So we don't need to wait for Josh. Can you sit down so we can, anywhere you want. Oh, you don't have to sit there. You just go to the door. I'm just saying, for that. Okay, so, I'm Laura Myers. Welcome to UNNC's December board meeting and actually our annual holiday dinner. This will be a fairly brief board meeting, and we do have quorum, so we're gonna be here officially, and I guess you should call the roll, noting that somehow Josh is parking and kind of come in.
Okay. Fair enough. Candace? Clifford?
He is legit.
Elizabeth? You're Christina Hunter?
Present.
Laura?
Present.
Joshua?
Parking.
Ed? Here. Michelle?
Coming, but apparently late. We just were.
Pamela? Line. You?
Present.
Present Kareem?
Here.
Michael? Present. Chris?
Present.
Siobhan?
Present.
Sandra? Caesar?
Here.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I'm going to share the screen with our agenda. And run through it rather quickly. So we have the call to order, roll call, I don't think our voting status for anybody has changed. And then we'll have public comments and announcements on items not on tonight's agenda, government agency report, and at the moment, I do not see our Dunn rep either. Hopefully Daniel will arrive. If Sandra doesn't arrive, I'll tell you a little something, or maybe Caesar knows a little something about the Leslie Shaw Park Community Anniversary event. And Corinne, I'm gonna ask you to give a minute or two what your thoughts are on the possible emergency preparedness Monday workshop in the spring. We have an administrative funding request for Unnc to purchase the cake for next week's party at South Steve House to celebrate Jeff Camp. There's a lot of other entities making other purchases. Another funding request for the purchase of our very own lockable storage cabinet for this space, so that we don't have to rely on staff to open up various closets where we kind of go. And a couple of letters that we're trying to get to there have hopefully we'll just delegate that as a motion, that it's consent item and delegate to the executive officers. And our executive committee report, any old business, and if there is any, we can take action. One of the things would probably be a discussion quick about what day we should do January's board meeting, since New Year's Day is not a possibility, and that's our standing meeting first Thursday. And that is our agenda. So do we have any, I know we do, any public comments on any topic that's not on tonight's agenda? Yeah, thank you for coming forward. Yes, I'm sorry. Because of this unique setup, if you're gonna speak, by and large, please come to the owl. So that our audience can also see.
Wonderful. Good evening, everyone. My name is Rosa Manso. I'm the assistant principal at City Language Immersion Charter, a Spanish immersion charter school located at 4001 Venice Boulevard. I'm here just to let everyone know that we are in the neighborhood. We're making an effort to attend UNC meetings. We are in open enrollment and currently accepting applications for the 25-26 school year, particularly in grades transitional kindergarten, TK, and kindergarten. And this weekend, we also have a community winter market on our campus at 4001 Venice Boulevard, where we will have different vendors. If you're looking for any last minute or maybe beginning your gift buying, we are open and free to the public, and it'll be from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m.
Okay, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Yes, and thank you for coming. Any other introductions, public comment? Chris?
Tuesday, we had the annual inspection, landscape inspection of the Murphy Oil site, the green space that's below on 29th Street. Everything was in very, very good order, well maintained. A weakness in the exterior fence that had been highlighted last year has been fully replaced with a very sturdy, handsome, clean wrought iron fence. And they had done some very good selective tree trimming because there had been some dieback during the drought. And there's one other thing. The archdiocese had agreed, there'd been discussion to see if at some future point, maybe there could be curated events in that space, which EMB is supportive of, and they've finally gotten the sign off that the archdiocese, who's the underlying property owner, would not have an issue with that. So
Chris, can you tell people who don't know where this is?
okay, it is between Western and what's that?
St. Andrews.
St. Andrews on 29th. It faces 28th next 27?
27th.
Okay, because you lose some street, yeah, it doesn't go through. And it's right I don't know if you know where the convent is, it's immediately east of that, and it goes all the way through the block to Adams Boulevard. But the green space is, there's like a distinct topographic hill. The green space is from the retaining wall with the production site is at the top of the hill and the other side of the production wall. And the green space starts at that construction wall and goes down. And because of the heavy rains we've had this November, overall the vegetation was looking quite lush and healthy, but the site's being very, very well maintained.
And I, since I wasn't there, who attended?
Ted Cordova, Priscilla, who's with EMB, and CD10, and
That's probably it.
that was probably it. Yes,
Okay,
but
thank you for staying on top of that. Elizabeth. For our AI, say your name again.
Elizabeth Senator, board member, and previously I was very involved in the Washington Public Library, Friends of the Library before COVID. Marius and I from the board, we helped plan and put in a native garden in their back. Then they lost their IRS nonprofit status. So they, after a lot of effort from their president, Cynthia, they are back in action. And so I have these forms to join the Friends of the Library. Marcy Jones, the head librarian there, made sure that I knew that you can't just, it's a transformational organization. You have to, every member has to volunteer. But if you join, then they'll contact you. And there are many opportunities to volunteer in their little books, it's another little bookstore. And other events, they're going to have a quilting event in February. Very exciting. So I'll have these.
Okay, thank you. Any other announcements, introductions?
I have one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Peter,
Hi,
my back is to you.
yeah, no worries. Hi, I just wanted to say that the Pottery Studio on Jefferson and 12 is having their holiday market as well. December 6th, or Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 5. They'll have like 50 plus vendors. First 50 daily guests get a free gift with a value of $50. So if you get there early, you'll get nice. You're supposed to buy tickets, but you know the economy is a little shaky right now. So if you can't afford the ticket, you can still go. But it would be nice to support the market. They are struggling a little bit, so all the proceeds will help the Pottery Studio. For tickets and more information, you can go to potstudiola.com and get more information there. It's family friendly, and yeah, you can get your gifts there too. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. I let me add, they're not a nonprofit, but this organization has a nonprofit fiscal sponsor, and they do raise funds for scholarships for kids in the neighborhood to be able to attend their workshops and learn ceramics. So, you know, it's a nice little business slash almost, but not quite nonprofit. So, anything else? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Gavin, South Seas House. And 42 years, so I'm at my goal. We are announcing our winter holiday festival, December 20th, at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have an activity, we'd like to bring everybody into the back, with the control, crowd control, better that way. We have activities, winter holiday activities, and then we bring them in, and then we do a Santa's workshop, however. We find it much more effective to let the child go to the workshop by themselves, and they pick out their favorite toy, and then take a picture with Santa Claus, yours truly. And
Okay, guys, you'll see it on the screen.
yes,
Hopefully, everybody can see that. This is Laura speaking. So it's December 20th. And I'm gonna supplement that. I see some of you brought, thank you, the unwrapped gifts. And I'm hoping others of you will either drop off unwrapped gifts this week or next week at the South Six House. Or better, come on, we'll talk about this party, but come next Wednesday night to the party at South Six House for Jeff. But bring a kid, unwrapped toy for these kids.
For Jim,
No, it's not for Jeff,
the holiday.
not for Jeff. Okay, any other announcement? Great, let's move on to Council District 10. Thank you.
All right. I have some fun things for the holidays. I'm Elisa Rivera from Council District 10, Councilwoman Heather Hutt's office. I am the Deputy of Constituent Services for south of the 10. So my boundaries are Crenshaw on the west side to Western north of Jefferson and Arlington south of Jefferson, all the way down to Bern. So I have Leimert Park, Jefferson Park, Kinney Heights, West or Adams Avenues, and I'm missing one.
Gramercy.
Thank you. And I work with Jeff currently right now. This would have been his last meeting. Fortunately, he could not be here, but he will be there next week. So please come out to celebrate him and all the work that he's done, not only for the city, for the districts he's worked for, but UNNC, West Adams Avenues, and all other things that he's been a part of. He's been a staple in the city for a while. CPAC, yes. So please come out next week to celebrate him. We have, the councilwoman has secured an event, which she just posted yesterday, for a turkey giveaway. So she will have turkey and food box giveaway on December 18th. It'll be at the Michelle and Barack Obama Sports Complex. You will need to secure your spot by calling the councilwoman's office, the Pico District office. Or you can call me if you have my city cell, and I'll get you on the list. But please call us as soon as you can, and we can get you on the list. We'll mail you a letter. The letter will include the information, as well as you'll need to bring that envelope, the letter, and your ID for the drive-through. So if you know anyone who's in need this season, please let them know to reach out to us. If they can't make it, we have a lot of elderly constituents that can't drive to go pick up. They can give their things to someone that can pick it up for them. So we'll allow that as well. So definitely want to bless a lot of people this holiday season, and thank you to the councilwoman. We'll have about 800 people who will be getting meals this holiday in our district. Next, we move on to our snow days, snow nights for the holidays. We have Westside Park this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's going to be off Clyde Avenue. They're going to have snow, not only for the kids, but for the dogs. So it'll be puppy friendly. We have potentially a little surprise for them as well. I pushed for something fun for the animals too. So be careful with the yellow snow. Just saying that. There'll be plenty of food and activities for all the family members. We'll also even have a smaller snow place for toddlers, so they don't get trampled by the big ones. And then the next one we have is Leimert Park Snow Nights. That will be in Leimert Park, down in the village. That will be 5 to 9 p.m. on December 12th. We'll have a lot of activities there. And also have the actual vendors from Leimert Village versus, you know, the usual vendor village we have there happening every weekend. We want to bring the merchants out. They'll be there front and center, and they'll be having activities for the kids. So they'll kind of be themed back to what they have. So Planchka might have terrariums to build ornaments for the kids and different fun things like that. And it'll be transformed from Degnan down to the park. So it's going to be pretty fun. Also, KJLH will be out there with the Steppa Bus from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. So anyone can bring a toy and stuff. All right. Next, we have Rainier Park Snow Nights and Festival of Lights, which is December 15th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. off Rainier Avenue. So similar things. There will be kosher options available. There'll be the community lighting of the menorah, snowy scenery, and then just activities for all. And then last but not least, we have Snow Day at Tom Bradley Awareness Magnet Elementary. That'll be December 20th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll have the trackless train there. running on 38th Place. We'll also have breakfast and snow and a photo walk. So that'll be fun for the kids as well. All right. Question?
Are there any questions? Said Laura.
Can you get it done more picture?
I have your email, I don't have your city cell.
I'll give it to you right now. Yeah, I'll write it down.
Okay, so, UNNC has all these flyers and I'll send them out as a blast.
And I'll leave these here too, so
Okay.
in case you guys want to take
But,
the
but
photo.
I would say, don't forget, South Stevie's and Cottage Park have a conflicting event.
You can come
on
after.
the 20th.
We'll be there till 1.
Okay,
So go have fun in the morning and then come right on out.
all right.
Make sure to bring your unwrapped toy.
Right.
Thank you.
All
right.
Well,
I have one question.
behind you.
Go ahead, Caesar.
Sorry. Are there any updates on the safety corridor like Jefferson Park, Arlington? Is anything has moved?
So
on
as
that?
of right now, I haven't gotten confirmation, but we are attempting to start with Adams to Jefferson. I know that's been a long time coming, coming south on from Adams to Jefferson
On
Jefferson
Arlington.
Boulevard on Arlington.
Arlington, yeah. Okay.
Yes, so we are looking into funding available for some updates there. On slowing measures for cars and safety measures. I have partnered with Isana as well as Aspire Letty for some slowing measures that they could take right now until the time comes. We have asked Isana to promote safe passage measures for kids coming and going, meaning instead of crossing over on the street adjacent to the schools, to actually using the crosswalk and parents using the light to safely pass over versus crossing in front of the school. I have made it a point to also update Oliver on the many accidents, including the one that recently happened with the young man crossing the street on his bike on 11th and getting hit by a car that was attempting to cross over. He's okay, it was minor, thankfully. But I have been updating Oliver and DOT on anything that's been happening, so they can continue to look at that corridor.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna loop, oh, hang on, do you want to ask her a question?
I do.
Okay, then stay where you are.
They have the Kwanzaa parade and are they gonna light a candle for that as well?
so I believe we will have a few people promoting Kwanzaa at the village on the night of Lemur. So I believe that would be Queen Amina, who will be out there promoting anything that they're doing for Kwanzaa. But yes, there will be an event happening for Kwanzaa.
Okay.
Also just wanted to know, lights have been out on Adams. And I've been getting a lot of calls regarding and letting me know that the lights are out. I am aware, I put that back on a while back and they've been put on hold. It's not an issue where it's just a single box issue. It's an issue where they're gonna have to fix almost every single light on that corridor because it looks like they've all been tampered with. I've gone through, driven through and looked at every single one and they've been pried open. So I put that on my priority list, although on the BSL list, it says it's gonna take a year to get lights fixed. I've been seeing lights get fixed a lot faster. So where they've been a little bit quicker with certain lights where it's only been a few months versus the 270 days that they state it's gonna happen, or the year. So I thankfully have the ability with the councilwoman's additional funding that she's been putting in to get these lights fixed, have had multiple priority lists that I've put in for things that either have been out for a long time or are sensitive areas. And that is one.
Is that the same for residential areas?
It's all residential. I make sure to prioritize those that are gonna benefit the impact, like more of the community versus the single light issues, unless it's in a very high crime area.
I think she means between boulevards and avenues.
Oh.
Between boulevards and avenues.
Oh,
What street?
I mean, boulevards are.
so it's from Crenshaw all the way to Arlington on Adams. So that's all mostly
Boulevard,
residential.
right.
So I'm prioritizing these residential areas.
Tori,
Real quick question, I know one particular individual over around here and some person over there, and they have not placed that person in. So I'm trying to figure out, are you guys communicating with street lighting services, public works, or the new entity that's supposed to be specifically for lights, or all three?
Bureau of Street Lighting, BSL, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Bureau of Street Lighting?
Yeah, BSL.
okay.
Thank you.
So, this is Laura speaking again. I know we're trying to move forward as quickly as possible. I did notice that Eric Barlow entered our Zoom room, and I'm not sure if you had a brief public comment to make, or if you're just observing.
Hi, Laura. No public comment tonight. Just here to listen. Thank you.
And then, I'm sorry, and I've forgotten your name. Did you want to introduce Ada very briefly?
Yeah.
And but like a minute.
Oh, yeah. Should I go over
Yes,
there?
please.
Thanks, Laura. I wasn't planning on it, but I can certainly come back and have a broader presentation. But hi, everyone. My name is Terry Kim. I'm the new Director of External Relations at ADAP. It's the Asian American Drug Abuse Program located on Crenshaw 29th. So some of you are probably familiar with ADAP, but we've been in the community for over 50 years. Our history and founding is in substance use treatment and recovery, but over the years have really transformed our work. We operate the West Adams Workforce Center, and we're also one of the GRID, Gang Reduction Youth Development providers within Council District 8 and Council District 10. Yeah, I've been with the organization for a month, and so my commitment is to attend and be connected to the community and work with elected officials. We really want to elevate what ADAP does, and just really happy to be here and learn more about the community issues. So my hope is I can come back in January, do presentation, various events that we have, but I'm not sure if ADAP has been to the neighborhood council in a minute, maybe. So I'm glad I can be here and represent the organization. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next item on our agenda, since we still do not have the neighborhood empowerment with us. Leslie Shaw Park has its 10th anniversary, not from its beginning, but from its rebirth. So 10 years ago, it was the city found $1 million. Community came together, designed what we see there today. So it's the 10th anniversary of its reopening in that manner. And Sandra's engaged. Sandra Pruitt is basically planning an event, including a health fair. I know Caesar, you're gonna do a little something there.
Yeah, still trying to figure it out. I want big maps for people to give input on open space greenery.
Right. So what we're gonna do is talk about it at executive committee to see what role financially UNNC may or may not need to play in this. And then we'll vote, if there is a financial component, we'll vote in January. I think if you all don't mind a quick motion, just in case Sandra needs any letters to any city entities, I think we should have a motion expressing our support for the 10th anniversary event. Elizabeth moves and a second. Michael seconds, and we do need a BAC. So this is a supportive concept, but it's not a financial support yet.
All right, Candace,
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Joshua,
Yes.
Edward, Kamala.
Abstain. Can't vote yet.
Okay.
Okay, actually.
I'm yes. Kareem,
Yeah.
Michael,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Siobhan,
Yes.
Deborah.
Would you have first?
Stanford.
She's not here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she didn't, that's why I just gave her a little,
Yeah.
yeah.
Caesar,
Yes.
Rabia.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Kareem, can you briefly, would you please briefly? I know you're trying out for it, but would you?
I'm co-chair with the Emergency Safety Preparation Committee. And we were brainstorming for next year. We wanted to conduct a one-day workshop on anything regarding emergency safety. I have a contact person, but did not want to go into details of as to when without actually putting it out there to the board. What month would be a great month where everyone here could participate and also welcome our neighbors. Definitely our neighbors to participate in this one-day workshop.
And your idea is a Saturday, a one-day
On
Saturday?
a Saturday, yes, possibly here, right? Or
We haven't asked yet.
we haven't asked yet, so I wanted to ask today if you foresee any month, are we looking towards May? June?
So what do you,
You were looking like Q2, like towards the summer, and like at the beginning
okay,
of the
so
year.
let's go through, we cannot do it easily, cannot do it past around the 12th of June. Because if we're gonna buy refreshments, it comes an end to when you can spend your money.
Any budget, yeah.
So it has to be before June 12th?
Yeah, 'cause the last credit card use technically is the 20th of June, but sometimes the payments don't get posted from whoever you bought something from.
Yeah.
And then they get canceled because they literally close it down. So I'm sort of making it up, but the 12th seems like a good thing to say to everyone. Let's not plan anything after that.
Okay.
So do we do a vote of hands if proposing maybe May?
Tori has her hand up.
Oh, sorry, I was saying June, the national safety one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, it would be beautiful.
Okay.
As long as it's not Mother's Day weekend, it's Mother's Day weekend.
Okay, well,
Yeah, those are all, but Mother's Day is 10th of May, I think, and I'm feeling.
And it's June.
I think it's after June 12th.
Yeah, it would be on a Saturday. We have still time to propose a date, but if we narrow down to the month, June, then that would be great. At least I could propose the month and then we narrow it down to a date.
Well, if it made it first weekend, it would have to be June 6th, or June 12th, which is the following Friday.
well, we can, okay, this is Laura speaking. Let's tentatively say, we like the idea of having an emergency preparedness workshop on Saturday, June 6th, but that, no but. And that committee should start planning it. That would be the motion.
That would be, make it,
Do we need a second?
we need a motion and a second.
Oh, I don't know. We don't need to make this official, but is that, is that enough to give her a marching order?
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need a VAC. Okay,
Okay. Wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
moving on. No, I don't think we need to vote. Yes, we do need, right, and by the way, we really need to do these emergency preparedness workshops because we have how many hand crank
At
radios?
least 12 boxes.
Yeah, and we can't give them away at regular outreach events. We can only give them away to people who attend emergency preparedness workshops. So we have to do emergency preparedness workshops. So if you come, you'll get one, and it's a good thing to have. Okay, next item is funding request that we buy a cake. I put on the agenda request up to $200. I will tell you that Ralph's would be a whole lot cheaper, but maybe we don't want to do Ralph's. So I would like the freedom to find a nice place for a nice cake for next Wednesday, but I promise to spend as little money as possible. What? Anywhere but Costco, because I'm not a member, sorry. Well, but we have to use our credit card. Yeah. So, so do we need a lot of discussion or just a motion?
Do the motion.
Motion. Okay, so Tori, what?
You can use no credit card, but you have to just don't.
I have, the two of us would have to go to Costco. So we'll just figure it out, but I'm not asking for a place tonight, just for authority to spend up to $200, although it's likely to be a lot less.
Yeah.
But up to $200 to purchase a celebratory cake. Is there a second? Kareem seconded.
Can I quick comment to just, I just
quickly Google cakes in our district, the Sweet Eve's Bake Shop. It's kind of more towards West Avenue, but
You
it's
tell
actually
me.
it's failing from our part.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I was surprised how inexpensive Ralph's was, but I've had Ralph's cake.
Yeah.
That's so great. So, we have a motion to BAC funding.
So, motion, who made the motion?
Elizabeth moved, guys, Elizabeth moved, Corinne seconded, spending up to $200 for a cake for the celebration of Jeff Camp party at South Sea's house next week.
And we put the caveat of only tell about Jeff Camp in Boston.
It will have to tell us if brought there. Thank you.
I'll put it, Elizabeth? Hunter?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Joshua? Yes. Edward? Yes. I'm yes, Kareem?
Yes.
Michael? Yes. Chris?
Yes.
Yvonne?
Yes.
Caesar?
Yes.
Maria?
Yeah.
Motion passes.
Okay. Next item is a funding request for, and this is semi-administrative, for the, back up. Tori can tell us a little bit, but, because you don't have a lot of time, but basically UNNC for the last 10 years has purchased the food for volunteers at the annual homeless count at the site at Pullman Methodist Church. So we have of late been buying Subway sandwiches because the city clerk approves that, you know, we have the health license, have all the things. So we have been spending annually up to $500 for Subway sandwiches. This year's date is the 22nd of January. And Tori is once, Tori, raise your hand for people, not everyone knows you. Tori is coordinating the volunteer effort at that site. And is there questions, discussion? I mean, I do.
I'm gonna be on this meeting in the morning, so I'm working.
Right. The reason we're doing this vote tonight is that the city clerk now considers our purchase of the food support of an event, even though this is a city county event. So we have to submit the request to spend the $500 30 days in advance through a portal. Because in the past, we could just vote for it, but what I do need is a BAC to spend up to $500 for Subway sandwiches to feed the volunteers at the homeless count. So that would be the motion. If someone wanted to make a motion to spend $500 with Subway sandwiches. Okay, moved by Chris, seconded by Siobhan. Did you got that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go right.
Well, it's probably something.
Yeah, I'm just kidding, but second. All right, Candace.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yes.
Laura.
Yes.
Joshua. Yes. Edward. Yes. yes, Kareem.
Yes.
Michael. Yeah. Chris.
Yes.
Siobhan.
Yes.
Caesar.
Yes.
Rabia.
Yes. Okay. Oh, I hope this next one doesn't have a, has the same response, but it might not. So another funding request, as you know, we meet in this Gramercy apartment group. Our bin, and if we have water, etc., ends up locked in the closet and we do not have a key to the closet. What the building management would like to do is A, give them the key to the door so we can let ourselves in and out, and B, have us purchase a lockable metal cabinet that matches the decor at that end of the room. So we could have a key to that. It's not there yet, but it would be, but it would, I'm saying decor in that they want the putty, champagne colored lockable. Here's the lockable cabinet So, they've been doing the shopping, I have not, the thing that they've identified, which may or may not be the thing we buy, but we wouldn't spend more, but the cabinet they've identified will cost about $800. Which is high. On the other hand, we have spent very little money this year, so I know we've been trying to be low budget. But this would be something we would own, and if we move, if, for example, the council office moves back into the district office, we would keep it over there. So it would be our cabinet, not the building's cabinet. So, I am hoping you guys will authorize the, and I guess, do we have a motion or a discussion? I don't know what your hand is, motion or discussion. Okay, Yvonne moves. Okay. Well, wait, what do you?
Yeah, and motion.
Move to approve
the funding for the cabinet.
Okay. And Elizabeth seconds, okay, discussion.
I mean, I will, 800 is crazy, like, we think, yeah, it's right. Yeah, for sure, if we can lower that, that would be amazing, like, just doing a quick Google search on finding a great cabinet, those, just like those for $2.99, you know,
Blockable.
well.
Okay, so then,
So it doesn't match exactly, but like.
no, I
think we can
understand.
find-
I think we can find something better too, but we just don't have a lot of, they would like this done over the, you know, so that it's done by January.
Yeah,
I'm afraid that a white one.
I intend to shop, but I do, I swear, have you? I know, at the moment, here's the problem. I've got hands behind me and in front of me, so your job. I know, and I've got hands behind me, in front of me, and so I'm gonna say Candace, Josh, I'll come back to it. Candace, Josh, I'll come back to Elizabeth, and if we are still talking about it, I'll come to Mike.
No, I can say it sounds like.
Mine is just a quick comment. I think it's okay to approve up to 8, because if we find a good cabinet that can fit all the stuff and it costs more than we originally approved, we have to come back and go on it again. So if there is, yes, 800 is a lot of money, but yes, perfectly spent under that, and then we're fine. If we find something over the amount, then we have to come back and do it. So if we lower it to 4, but we can't find anything in 4, then we're gonna be stuck with missing it. That's just my note.
Okay, but I'm getting hungry too, Josh.
Hi, Scott. May have listened, but is it an issue of space that we need to be happening?
No, they want us out of their locked, no, they want us out of their locked closet, because they have maybe records and things in there. And their staffing needs are such that they don't always have somebody here to unlock it when we come for our meeting. Because they've got records that maybe, yeah. They have things in the closet that, I know, it does seem weird that we're gonna have a key to the door and not a key to the closet, but that seems to be the situation. And I'm happy to get the key to the door, let me just be clear.
I'm content, but I object to water. That word.
Okay. Michael, no? Okay, you don't have to vote yes also if you object to this, just vote no. So, you come. Cute.
The motion was Siobhan, second, third. Candace.
Yeah.
Elizabeth. Hunter?
yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Joshua? I'm sorry?
No.
Oh, okay. Edward? I'm yes, Kareem?
Yeah.
Michael? Yeah. Chris? Siobhan? Caesar?
Yes.
Aria?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, Daniel, I see that you're here and I will call on you in a moment. We're gonna do one other thing. Okay. We don't use, many neighborhood councils have a long consent calendar, just like city council does. What a consent calendar is a whole, but, you know, a lot of agenda items that you don't vote on, you just say yes or no. In order to move this meeting along, and if you're on the board, you got an email about this. We put on the agenda a consent calendar item for 3 letters that are sitting in draft form or very close to final, but draft form in the agenda packet in the hopes that you will vote yes to delegate the final approval to the executive officers. So that would be the motion from Laura to delegate the final approval of 3 letters. A letter regarding objective design standards in the historic district, letter regarding 1638 Bronx Avenue, and a letter regarding a QMD notice regarding a spray booth operation at 3500 Print Shop. The motion would be to delegate the final approval of those letters to executive committee. If there is a second.
I'll second.
Michael second. And so all 3 letters were discussed thoroughly last night at the Planning and Zoning Committee. There were not an overabundance of board members, because then that's good, because we don't want to violate Brown Act rules. But there were 20 members of the community also present at that meeting. So the letters were pretty, that was an extraordinarily well-attended meeting. And so the letters were pretty well vetted, but it's up to you guys whether you want to vote yes or no. If we vote no, we're gonna have to go through the letters. Oh, that sounded like a threat. I don't mean it like a threat. Okay. It would be.
Yeah.
All right,
Laura moved.
Laura and second Mike.
Right.
Candace,
Yes.
Elizabeth, Hunter,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
sorry, Joshua,
Yes.
Edward,
Yes.
I am a yes. Kareem?
Yeah.
Michael? Here. Chris?
Yeah.
Siobhan?
Yes.
Caesar?
Yes.
Aria?
Yeah. And the other thing I want to say is, it's really nice to have these letters written, mostly written by people who are not on our board. So, I mean, we had volunteers help us, you know, it's a very good thing. Daniel, I know you're here. Did you have the Dunn report, Department of Neighborhood Empowerment report?
Good evening, everyone. No, I double checked to see if there's any updates on our behalf, but it doesn't look like there's any.
Okay, so you're missing our holiday dinner.
Forgive me for missing that. My apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. Next item is executive committee. And treasurer's report. Candace, I checked at the last minute. There's no monthly expenditure report to approve. And the agenda's wrong. It's not for September, October. We already did that. It would have been for November. Are there any board members? Do you have any report at all?
Nope, just looking, we're looking like we need to spend more money, but we have money to cover other requests and things that we need. So.
Candace, the only request I have, Laura, is can we get on zoning board changes, just the invoicing, because for 6 months, they have not, I know that. So we're 6 months into our budget year without an invoice, so we need to get that up. Thank you. And the president's report. Several of us did attend a webinar meeting, I'm not sure what you would call it, with the charter reform. So I don't know who attended. Candace, Laura, Caesar, Chris, were you on that meeting? Was anybody else? Well, it was a little disappointing. I mean, it didn't feel like they really wanted to hear much from us, but there's now a tight deadline. Caesar has volunteered, as have I, to be on an ad hoc committee. We can have up to 6 people to maybe develop UNC positions on a whatever. So does anybody else want to be on that ad hoc committee? Elizabeth's hand up.
How is that information moving forward with this?
Well, an ad hoc committee, the reason I'm saying ad hoc is it's a temporary committee. And it does not have to, I mean, I like things operated transparently and in the public, but it is not a Brown Act compliant group, so we could have an initial conversation to answer that question, how would it operate? Just have a meeting to discuss how would it operate. But I just want to know if we want to pursue it. And Caesar, you're still willing to do that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Caesar, Laura, Chris, Elizabeth, and Dolores. is-
No, I want to be on the committee, I have a question. I'll put people on.
Okay, I'm. Yeah, and you'll be on. Okay, so the maximum is 6, we got 5. So
I'd be interested.
Hunter, okay. Thank you.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the reform on the book?
Well, I had thought the purpose of putting together a new charter reform commission was to discuss expanding the city council. That was the first thing. Changing the budget year perhaps, I mean, budget to a 2-year process, the city's budget. And it seems to have expanded based on a lot of advocacy from other special interest groups, not that neighborhood councils are not a special interest group, but from other special interest groups that now they're beginning to take a look at all manner of land use items and many other items. So we haven't delved into it, but they're on a tight time frame and I'm not even sure why. Okay, so Teresa.
And also, the number one thing that we're involved is core expansion.
Oh,
I've been thinking of maybe, we have to see that, but that's one of the many things that people are doing.
Rainbow, okay.
Over expansion, I said expansion is on the table also.
Right, but it seems that they're looking at all kinds of things, including and not limited to the role of neighborhood councils and the role of the Department of Neighborhood Power. And in other words, it's becoming a broad look at all kinds of city operations. So, okay. Hi, Sandra, how are you? We did talk about the, very briefly about the Leslie Shaw. And we're gonna go to executive committee with it, and we did vote to support it in principle. And thank you for coming. Thank you for organizing that, but we haven't done it. And what else is on the agenda? Vice President, does he have a report? Hunter, you want to do minutes? Or you want to defer?
Up to you. We can do them really quickly. That's fine with me.
Okay, I have to find them. I can do that. Okay, this is more or less the last item on our agenda. And it is the approval of the October 2025 minutes. And thank you for having minutes, because it's been a long time since we've had minutes to do anything with.
Well, it's from October, so.
Wow. Still, what I just said is still true. Okay.
Really quickly, so before we waited for we did a presentation. Laura talked about the South LA Black Cultural District. We had public comments. Caesar mentioned the Canadian coffee shop. So from Parks and Recs talked about Play LA and the 2 parks that are around here that they do that at. And then John from LAFD came and talked about red flag season, which is happening now. But we get a lot of rain, so I think that's not a big issue.
Sorry,
Okay, you're good. We have call to order, government agency report. Jeff came and talked about all the events that we did that 1 weekend. Alfonso came and talked about Congress and neighborhoods. We supported a letter from Friends of Jefferson Library. Laura did an MPG request for families educational outreach. We passed that unanimously. President's report, treasurer's report. Caesar Garcia, the King Parks and Rec Committee Chair, Vice President's report, Tree Committee. We opposed Council File 21, traffic safety letter update, and then the calendar of all those events that we should have this weekend. That's okay. That's it.
That's it, where to go?
There
There we go. Okay, so we need a motion to. Oh, you know what's not in the minutes? Oh, there they are. Okay, we need a motion to approve the minutes. You can only make such a motion or second if you were present. You can only vote on the minutes if you were present. So that means anybody whose name is appearing up on the screen right now may make the motion to approve the minutes.
My name got labeled a couple of times.
Sorry.
So with corrections. So we need a motion to approve the minutes with correction. With correction.
With correction.
Second.
Yeah, it was Korean, Elizabeth.
You don't need a.
Oh, great.
So this does not require a VAC, it's a show of hands. All in favor? Any, I mean, if you're not voting, it's because you weren't present or weren't even on the board yet. Okay, minutes are approved. Okay. Got that shared. All right, do we have any old business? Did he skip a vice president? He said he had.
I didn't have, I know it's not documented in the training shoes.
Teresa.
If you are, so is there any update on who has not taken the training?
It's not changed.
Yeah, no deltas from the last meeting. Yeah, there's been no change from the last meeting, so then they're not available. So we've asked, getting on, we haven't gotten back, so that's what they're wanting.
So the people who you didn't call on today, does that mean that they did not take it?
So I'm doing training. It's not available from Mount Cornerstone. I've logged in, I logged in repeatedly, I tried, no dice. I brought it up, no dice.
So they're working, they're having some issues on the technical side. So people who haven't caught up can't catch up at the moment. So. Daniel's been working on it. Anyway, thank you, Teresa. And I'm sorry, this doesn't say committee reports. I don't know if there are any. I guess there is one follow-up to previous land use case that goes back a long ways. But if you remember, there was a liquor store that was applying to eliminate its security guard and expand it. Yes, on the corner of Arlington and Jefferson. The request was denied. The zoning administrator not only denied the request, but accepted the evidence and did more research. Zoning administrator did more research to confirm that there's a new operator so that the whole application by the previous operator is kaput. Because you have to be the operator to apply for a plan approval and change. So the next steps I'm not sure of. They've already expanded. The zoning administrator's letter said we want to watch to see how they do the operation, but they've already not followed. They're not compliant. The new operator's not compliant. And I think one of the normal conditions of a liquor store conditional use permit is that when there is a change of operator, there needs to be a plan approval application in the new public hearing. The public hearing that UNC and neighbors attended would not constitute that. So, you know, we don't have a lot of land use victories in decision making at the city lately. So, yay. We all won. Okay.
It's Michael Kimber. What did we win if they expanded without any permission?
Well, what was won is that they for sure can't get rid of the security guard at this location that needs a security guard.
So the status quo is still.
Correct. And the not proper expansion of, and the expansion meaning it's not a physical building expansion, it's the amount of square footage for alcohol versus groceries was changed. So they'll need to do an application, but I don't know what that means in terms of time. Okay. So they're not under the radar. Yes, they're no longer under the radar. Correct. Correct. Okay. Anything else? So, the last question, but we don't need to have an answer tonight, would be when are we meeting in January? We are not meeting January 1. What we had briefly discussed last month is combining the January and February board meeting potentially into a meeting in the middle of January. And then having a retreat in February in lieu of a board meeting like this. So if we're still on board for that, you know, we would need to, for sure, meet before the 19th of January, whatever day that may be. Because if we're gonna put in a funding request related to the Leslie Shaw Park event, we have to submit that by the 20th of January. So, you know, with the calendar is dictating, I mean, the different calendars are dictating. So we'll be looking for dates right there in the middle of January, and I'll send out an email to see what's the people. So.
I have a question that has been answered with January. What the UNC zoning address the expansion of Jefferson Park.
We already have.
Okay.
Okay. Are we adjourned? Are we gonna eat in about 7 minutes? Some people volunteer to help us get the food out? Yay. Okay, we are adjourned and thank you for